Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Retrospects. In today's episode, we're going to take a look at the second part of film history, a period that had profound changes in cinema worldwide, from the influential film movements of Europe to the rise of international and independent cinema and the birth of blockbuster. This period is defined by a lot of changes. This episode uncovers the dynamic evolution of film from 1939 to 1980. We will also uncover the vibrant journey of Indian cinema during these decades. So, without any further ado, let's roll the film. The late 1930s and 1940s were dominated by World War II, and cinema was not left alone with its impact. German war propaganda films like Triumph of the Will showcased the power of cinema to influence public opinions. Meanwhile, in America, the Hays Code strictly regulated film content, shaping America's moral and narrative experience. German war propaganda. Films produced in Nazi Germany under the direction of filmmakers like Leni Riefenstahl were powerful tools of propaganda. They used cinematic techniques to glorify the Nazi regime, leaving a controversial legacy in film history. The Hays Code. Implemented in 1934, the Hays Code enforced strict moral guidelines on American films until the late 1960s. It dictated everything from the portrayal of relationships to the depiction of crime, significantly influencing the content and tone of Hollywood films. This was a time when you couldn't even show a married couple in the same bed. Forget about kissing or anything further. Post-war cinema saw the emergence of groundbreaking new cinema movements. The French New Wave and Italian neorealism, in particular, challenged conventional filmmaking, prioritizing realistic narratives, on-location shooting, and unorthodox editing techniques. French New Wave. Directors like Jean-Luc Godard and François Truffaut broke away from traditional storytelling, embracing a more personal and experimental approach. Their films often featured existential themes, jump cuts, and direct addresses to the audience. Italian neorealism. Filmmakers like Vittorio De Sica and Roberto Rossellini focused on the lives of the working class using non-professional actors and real locations. This movement brought a new level of realism and emotional depth to cinema. This era also witnessed the rise of diverse international styles. Iranian, Hong Kong, Japanese, and Argentinian films began to find their voice in the international audience, while American independent films also soon rose to popularity. Iranian cinema. Directors like Abbas Kiarostami and Dariush Meherji introduced a poetic and philosophical style, blending fiction with documentary realism. Hong Kong cinema. It became known for its martial arts films, with stars like Bruce Lee bringing a new level of action and choreography to the scene. Japanese cinema. Filmmakers like Akira Kurosawa and animators like Hayao Miyazaki continued to influence global cinema with their unique storytelling and visual styles. Films like Seven Samurai and Spirited Away have left a lasting impact on global cinema. Argentinian cinema. This period saw a surge in politically charged films that reflected the social and political unrest in Argentina and soon began to spread into the neighboring South American countries. American independent cinema. This movement emerged as a counterpoint to Hollywood, with directors like John Cassavetes creating more personal, character-driven stories. The 1970s saw a significant shift with the birth of the blockbuster. The release of Steven Spielberg's Jaws set a new standard for film marketing and audience expectations, reshaping the Hollywood landscape. Jaws and the blockbuster era. This era brought bigger budgets, wider releases, and a focus on high entertainment value, changing the way films were produced and consumed. In the realm of American cinema, the latter half of the 20th century was significantly shaped by the visionary works of directors like Martin Scorsese, Brian De Palma, George Lucas, and Francis Ford Coppola. Scorsese, renowned for his gritty stylistic storytelling, gave us classics like Taxi Driver and Raging Bull, films that delve deeply into the complexities of urban life and troubled protagonists. Brian De Palma, often celebrated for his suspenseful thrillers, pushed the boundaries of visual storytelling with iconic films like Scarface and Carrie, blending stylized violence with psychological depth. George Lucas revolutionized the science fiction genre with his groundbreaking Star Wars series, not just creating a cinematic phenomena, but also reshaping the landscape of visual effects and merchandising. Francis Ford Coppola, another towering figure, brought to life some of the most defining films of the era, including the Godfather series and Apocalypse Now. His profound exploration of power, morality, and the human condition, combined with his innovative cinematic techniques, cemented his status as a master filmmaker. Together, these directors not only defined the film aesthetic of their time, but also influenced countless filmmakers and reshaped the fabric of Hollywood cinema. Meanwhile, Indian cinema saw its own golden age, with figures like Guru Dutt, Prithviraj Kapoor, Shami Kapoor, and Amitabh Bachchan. Guru Dutt's artistry, renowned for his lyrical and emotional storytelling, Guru Dutt's films like Pyasa and Kagaz Ke Phool are considered classics of Indian cinema. The Kapoor legacy. Prithviraj and Shami Kapoor were instrumental in shaping the Hindi film industry, known for their charismatic performances and contributions to Indian cinema's growth. Amitabh Bachchan's rise. Known as the angry young man, Bachchan's roles in films like Zanjeer, Agnipath, Sholay, and Diwar resonated with the socio-political setting of 70s India. Pioneering filmmakers such as Satyajit Ray, Mrinal Sen, and Ritwik Ghatak, among others, led the parallel cinema charge in the 60s and 70s, bringing international acclaim to Indian cinema. Their films often dealt with complex social issues, ranging from power and gender inequality to political unrest in a more nuanced and artistic manner than their contemporary counterparts. The 80s saw this movement further continue to evolve, with new directors like Shyam Benegal and Addur Gopalakrishna further pushing the boundaries of Indian cinema. They incorporated regional narratives and aesthetics, making the films that were deeply rooted in Indian culture, yet universal in their appeal and relevance. This era of parallel cinema not only offered a stark contrast to the song and dance routines of mainstream Bollywood, but also carved out a significant niche in the global film arena, showcasing the depth and diversity of Indian storytelling. Our journey through the second era of film history takes us through a period of extraordinary change and creativity. From the gritty realism of Italian neorealism, to the large spectacle of the American blockbuster, to the rich and vibrant diversity of Indian cinema, these decades reshaped the cinematic landscape. Join us in the next episode, where we take a look at the modern era of filmmaking, where technology, diversity, and globalization take center stage. Until then, keep watching and exploring the wonderful world of cinema. Please like and share this video if you liked it, and comment down below any topic that you would like us to cover next. Also, please subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Thank you.